welcome into the Week 11 edition of Top Dawgz NFL Style. I'm Mark Zinno. He's Jeremy Kahn. Thanks for watching here on Pick Dawgz YouTube, pickdawgz.com, as we head into Week 11 in the NFL. And Jeremy, good to be with you as always. It's last week was one of those weeks in the NFL that just really pissed me off. There were a lot of games that I felt like, were trending going my way, felt like they were going to go my way, and then didn't go my way.
Yeah, I had a pretty good week on Sunday. Like, I hit my first 4 plays. I kept talking about the 3 totals that I liked: the Falcons over, the Bills over, and the 49ers over. And I feel like I was on the right side of all of them. I just didn't expect the Bills to come in and lay an egg like that.
Yeah, that was bad.
But the Chargers were my top play. The only game that what's the one that I lost in my top 5? And I felt like I was pretty pissed off too with how everything unfolded. Now I got to go back.
There were a lot of public sides last week. The only 2 public sides that came in were Philadelphia, obviously, luckily, and the Lions. That was about it. I kind of typically fade the public, but I got bit last week with a lot of narratives. I bought into a lot of narratives I shouldn't have, and sometimes that happens. And we always say you're compelled to go back and evaluate, what you got right and what you got wrong and why you did. In retrospect, I wish I could go back and not succumb to those narratives because you don't bet narratives, you bet numbers. And so,
what was a bitch for me is, like, I had a really good football weekend, and it would have been a nice weekend had I not looked at college basketball at all, because I went 0-5 in college hoops, and I'm sitting here going, how does this keep happening to me? Like, college hoops have not been kind to me at all, and like, this is one of the sports I think I'm better in.
College hoops, I did really well in last year. So, you know what I do with that? And I know we're diverging here from the NFL, but I usually spend the first 2 to 3 weeks, instead of actually giving out plays and actually betting them, like, just circle the game and go, that's the side I want. And I want to see where I am before I start firing off things at random. All right. Let's fire it off here. We'll give you guys 5 games to talk about and to show best bet for you guys. And let's get it started here with the Bucks and the Bills. You see the numbers there. Buffalo laying 5.5, total of 47.5. Both these teams coming off a loss. And while the Buccaneers still seem to have a very firm grip on their division lead, the Bills now are going to need help in the form of another division loss by the New England Patriots in order to try to wrestle back, or multiple losses by the Patriots in order to wrestle back their spot at the top of the AFC East. So a lot of people say they have concerns about the Bills. I don't. I think the Bills are still built to win in January, and ultimately, whatever their path is, I'm not sure it matters. If you're a good enough team to win the thing. I mean, look, the Giants one year went on the road 3 straight games and ended up in the Super Bowl and beat the world's greatest team in the Patriots. So we've seen stranger things happen.
Was that the Packers win too when they went in or was that a different season?
They went into Tampa and won there. And they went into Green Bay and won there. And then they went to San Francisco and won there. And then they beat the what do you call it in the Super Bowl?
Hakeem Nicks, baby.
Yeah, that was it. So we've seen stranger things. I'm not worried about playoffs at this point in time. However, feels like a big number, sort of a dead number here for the Bills. The Buccaneers are still banged up. They're not a healthy version of themselves. Vita Vea is questionable. Ben Breeden on the offensive line is questionable. Still, Bucky Irvin, Chris Godwin's still doubtful. Like, it's been a mash unit for a couple of weeks, and you look at the last 2 of the last 3 games. Had they not played a hapless New Orleans team, well, by the way, part of the reason why I was really pissed last week because of Survivor.
Did you get knocked?
I had Carolina. Well, the one league that I'm left in is a double elimination, but tried to get ahead of the curve by betting Carolina, and of course those asshats let me down and didn't show up at all. But regardless,
that's unbelievably frustrating. I still think losing with Arizona the week that DeMarcado dropped the ball to go up 3 touchdowns like I did, that one still feels like it hurts the first most, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. But the Buccaneers, last 3 games, Detroit, New England got beat pretty handily. I hate laying this number, but I lean Bills.
I'm on the other side. It's such a weird game because both teams are coming off of losses. One of my other top plays this past week was New England, talking about the line didn't make any sense. I think we discussed it, didn't we? Like the Bucks coming off of a bye week and they're under a field goal favorite at home. Really? That's how it worked out. And New England ends up winning the game outright. So the Bucks coming off of a tough loss, the Bills coming off a horrendous loss. And it's like, who shows up? But
look, the Bills have been really good off a loss. I went back and looked. In each of the last 4 seasons, they've had a 2-game losing streak, but they've never had multiple 2-game losing streaks, right? So they're good off a loss is my point.
Yeah.
They rebound well off a loss. They've only had back-to-back losses once in each of the last 4 years since 2021. That makes me lean Bills here. I if this thing would get to 6, I'd feel a lot better about teasing it down to the Bills at pick 'em. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of where my head would be.
I get it. I mean, I think this is, you can co-sign or disagree with me. I think this is one of the toughest NFL slates we've had all year.
Yeah. And I would tell you this too, at under 48, like I would consider the over.
Okay. I definitely like that. I mean, the Bills I don't think you're going to see typical weeks like the Bills did last week where they come out and they just lay an egg and then they try to fight back. This Buccaneers team, the way to beat them through the air, and ironically, they've been so bad in the pass defense that it's actually hurt their run game. Running backs have been killing them because now they're trying to, obviously they're trying to overcompensate for some of the issues they have in the secondary that it's opened some stuff up front. So maybe James Cook, who didn't have a great game last week, bounces back. But I know what you've said about 5.5s and how you feel about these numbers when it lands in the middle there. I've had people tell me that 5.5, they just don't know which way to go. It's like,
I mean, the odds makers are telling you they're better than a field goal, but not good enough to win by a touchdown. I mean, that's, okay. So what do you do with that? Hope for luck that it lands on your side. I mean, I just, it's a dead number that you can't bet. And you're basically laying a touchdown with the Bills. And if you believe that they're that good, like it's one of these scenarios where like, it's almost like I like the number better at 6.5 than I would 5.5. At least
it just sounds weird saying it, but I understand what you're saying.
Like I would feel odds makers would tell me that there's that point gap is bigger than you think. And so I'd like the line to be 6.5 and feel a lot more confident about betting the Bills in that spot.
And ironically, what we were talking about with the Bills, I think it's the same way to attack, with Tampa Bay attacking Buffalo, is that I don't know what's going on with this Buffalo defense. I know they're a little undersized. You've brought up the fact that Tampa Bay's banged up, but I still think Baker, or as my New York friends say, Baker. Is it Bakuh? Is that how it's spelled?
Yeah, Baker.
Baker. And the Panthers. Oh, yeah. The Panthers. Sorry, I do anytime I'm making fun of my co-host from New York, which Ed, all of a sudden it turns into Frosty the Snowman.
You mean Jimmy Durante?
Yeah.
And since he was made of snow and so he was the fastest belly whopper in
I love it. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And that old magic hat. Anyway,
of course, your hat did belong to Frosty and the kids. That point must be perfectly clear. All right.
Anyway, but that game, I think, is one of those games that I think I'm taking the points. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on that side, but it's not something I love.
All right. Speaking of belly whoppers, let's get to the NFC North between the Bears and Packers here. A little revenge spot for the Chicago Bears as they're catching 3 here in Minnesota against J.J. McCarthy and his stupid war paint. Dude, grow up, honestly. Can I be the old man? Just stop.
Did this last week.
I just say, so annoying.
I get so mad.
Just take the stupid face, but you look ridiculous. The Bears are the most fugazi team in all the NFL. Like, can I say a bad word here?
Yeah.
The Bears are bullshit. Everything the Bears do is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like because everything that guy just said is bullshit. Objection, Your Honor. Counsel's entire opening statement will be disregarded from the record other than thank you. What? So, I mean, they are so fugazi, it's ridiculous. They get how many gift wins can they get this year? A gift win from the Raiders, a gift win from Washington, same from Cincinnati, and the Giants handed them back one last week. Like, those should be 4 losses. This team should be 2 and freaking 7.
Yeah. I mean, but again, like we're sitting here looking at a point. You are what your record says you are, and I agree with you that this should be at least this should be at least a 500 team, if anything. When you start looking at what the Bears have done, I'm just not a big believer in this Vikings team either. I think sometimes it's about matchups. Like one of the guys that we have that comes on our show that grades the Ravens offensive line, pass, all this stuff. He grades the entire thing out. No, this is Ken McCusick. He does. He's actually really good. Film Study Ravens on Twitter. But he had said that this was the highest pass rate that he's ever seen grading a game, where the Vikings sent 5.2 players every single play. Lamar had 2 plays in the game where he had at least 3 seconds in the pocket to throw the football. Other than that, he had to create time or get around. I mean, they're sending so many guys, and they're going to blitz the hell out of Caleb Williams. How does he react to it?
No. I mean, Brian Flores, the Vikings have the highest blitz rate in the league. And the only reason I know that is because the Atlanta Falcons are second, and I have to cover that team. So,
sorry.
Yeah, I know it's frustrating at times. Nonetheless, I don't want to lay 3. Can I just take the under?
Yeah.
Can I just trust the fact that the Vikings and JJ McCarthy are going to stink on offense, but their defense is going to limit the Bears and force turnovers and everything else, and you don't have to be very good to slow down JJ McCarthy. I mean, as long as Justin Jefferson doesn't go ham, right?
Yeah, but the other part of this too is, this with blitzing, if you're not getting there, you're leaving yourself open on the back end for big plays.
If you send more than they're blocking, they're sending out more than you're covering.
Fair enough.
So
because there's 11 on each side, right?
Carry the 2. Yes, that's correct. I look, and the fact that this thing is sitting at a field goal and odds makers haven't come off it yet to either go 2.5 or 3.5 is pretty telling. Mm-hmm. Right. It's always, you rarely ever see odds makers sit on 3. Now, I would tell you, just wait until Sunday and see if something sharp comes in and moves it. At which point in time do you go the other way? I probably wouldn't. I would follow the money and just lay the 3.5 at that point in time. But I think there's a world where this thing is low scoring and stays under. Remember the opening game, and crazy to think of what it was, right? It ended up 27-24, which is 51, and it goes over. But they had 28 points in the fourth quarter of that game.
Insane fourth, yeah.
And 21 of them by the Vikings. So I don't see that happening again. I think the defense is rule of day here. I go under.
Yeah, I don't like this game. What do you think? 24-21 Vikings? It just we're doing all this talking about a 3-point spread, and they just end up pushing the damn game. But I think you're probably right. The under might be the way to go. I'd be honest, a little worried about big plays happening. As you pointed out, it's the 2 things. It's Justin Jefferson and the blitz not getting there. Those are the things that worry you. Other than that, if they're running the football and methodically moving down the field, I don't know that I trust either quarterback in this. Caleb's getting better, but to put together sustained drives over and over again to come away with 7, I think if they're going to do it, it's going to have to come via the big play.
And did I see this correctly? And I don't know if this means anything to you, but the Bears are 3rd in the league in yards.
Really?
I said the same thing. Really?
I think you got to look at who they played, though, too, right?
Well, it's not only that, but again, I would go back and look at the second halves of those games and see that's where all the yardage came, when they were playing catch up and throwing nonstop and bad defenses let them back in the game. That's what that smells of to me more than anything else. All right.
It's that, or you're driving the length of the field and coming away with 3s more than 7s. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's more likely what you said.
All right. The big one, pair of 7-2 teams from the NFC West matching off here, Seattle and the Rams. This is a number here that, again, sits at 3. It opened up 2.5. It's been bought to 3. And I don't think we'll get to 3.5. I genuinely don't. I will point out this, and I keep reminding everybody of this. Seattle is incredibly good on the road. I think it's 12 of their last 13 now that they've won outright on the road. How do we not just take the points with Seattle at this point?
What I'm doing.
Okay. Well, good.
I'm not going to overthink this spot. Just full disclosure, I was doing some work on this game earlier. I am going to be on the Seahawks. You can call it a freemium if you want. It's one of my favorite plays this weekend.
Did you say freemium?
Freemium. Yeah. It's a premium play that you give out for free. It's a freemium.
Boy.
I got a jar on the top of my fridge. I put money in there. That's where you come in. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of that line in 40-Year-Old Virgin when they're playing the video games in the chair and they're going back and forth. You know how I know this? You know how I know that? Yeah. You know how I know your?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say it sounds like me saying they'd feel like bags of sand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that
no.
too. Bags of sand.
But no, with this game, there are two like I like Matt Stafford under 2.5 passing touchdowns, and I like Devontae Adams under his receptions, which is like 4.5 or 5.5, depending on where you're looking. I like both of those prop plays, but I'm going to be on Seattle. I think JSN has a big game. The way to beat the Rams is through the air on the outside, and I don't think they have an answer for him. I think Seattle wins outright here.
I mean, it would be lacking take integrity for me to back the Rams now. I've said I'm not a believer in them all year long, so I'm not going to start now. However, I mean, I did throw a shekel down on Matt Stafford to win the MVP because it felt like
I like that, though.
A little bit of a hedge because I don't believe Drake May is winning it.
No, Jonathan Taylor should win it, but we won't give it to a running back. We have to give it to a quarterback.
I told you. When Derrick Henry didn't get it for 2,000 yards, we stopped giving that award. And then we watched Saquon Barkley not get it for 2,000 yards. And nobody batted an eye at it. Nobody thought twice. Yeah. Because people who vote for awards are complete jackasses.
Well, he could get the Offensive Player of the Year award, so he can't be the MVP. No way.
That's like the guys that split their vote on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson for All-Pro and then for MVP. It's like, you're going to tell me the MVP is not the All-Pro? And vice versa. Lamar should have won that award. So
no, he shouldn't. But
yeah, he was better in every statistical category except rushing touchdowns, and he didn't have a carry inside the 5-yard line this year.
Yeah,
or last year. It's not even close.
Don't talk about Josh Allen like that.
I love Josh Allen.
No, I love him more.
That's fine. You can love him more, but he still gets some of my love. It's just Lamar was better. It's like for the people that are talking. Hold on.
It doesn't equal my love.
My love is your love. Anyway,
love.
It's just like in baseball with all these people that want Cal Raleigh to win the MVP because he's a switch hitting catcher that hits 60 homers, and Aaron Judge is better in every category except home runs hit, and he's just behind him in that.
Yeah. So anyway, I agree with you on Aaron Judge, not Josh Allen, but that's personal. Yeah, I mean,
you just like biracial angels.
Yeah, that's true.
Derek Jeter.
Have you seen the A-Rod documentary? I know this is way off topic here.
Not yet, but I want to.
I saw the first part of it.
Good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Do you like him?
A lot of his ex-wife in there, like personally or professionally.
No, I'm saying like you're a Yankees fan. Did you like him?
I always thought he should have been a Met.
Okay.
Probably would have fit him better. I mean, really is an incredible ball player. Like, you know what I took away from episode 1? I think Lou Piniella is not doing well. He looks like he's
really.
Yeah, it was bad.
I still want to see the Expos documentary. I haven't watched that one yet.
Well, there you go.
Not for you.
Totally. We were talking about the Seahawks and Rams, and we have totally got off course here. So I think we're both on Seattle here with this one. Take the points. I mean, that's one of those spots where I might consider buying the 3.5 just to make myself sleep a little bit better.
I get it. Divisional game feels like a field goal game.
Yeah, odds makers are telling you. Speaking of 3.5, here we go. Chiefs, Broncos. It's funny because when we started talking before we started recording about this game here, and by the way, total 44.5, which is also interesting. I think that's high. I'm surprised they went over 44. Yeah. 44 is a key total. You took guys' key totals, 38, 41, 44, 47, 48, 51, right? Those are your key totals. The fact that they went over 44.5 is interesting. Mm-hmm. Does that make you think under, or does that make you think maybe the over will come in?
No, it makes me think more under. Like, I have zero confidence in this. Like, the way you talked about the Bears is how I feel about this Broncos team. I have not like, Fugazi. Yeah. What's a Fugazi?
What's a Fugazi?
We going to Donnie Brasco here? Is that where we're going to go?
Yeah.
So, no, but when it comes down to it with the Chiefs coming off the bye week, we know how Andy Reid does off the bye week. The only person that's better off of a bye week than John Harbaugh is Andy Reid. He's amazing. And then you look at this Broncos team where I was getting killed for my takes on Bo Nix because I wasn't a fan of his, and he played his ass off last year. And then coming into this year, it's like, where are all of the guys that were beating me up? Because I don't think he's played all that well. And you can look at his stats and say, this has been fine, that's been fine. He's kind of had the same thing we talked about, like that fourth quarter with the Vikings, where it's like all like the game against the Giants and how crazy that got and all these points getting piled up at the end of games. I just don't know what the deal is with that offense. I hate it. I hate his offense with a passion.
I think Sean Payton would put a bounty out on you for saying that.
Good. Steal some pain pills.
Yeah. I said to you when we started talking about this game, I think the Chiefs are going to be a massive public side. And you said, no, it's not. Actually, it's the other way.
I think people think the Broncos are catching too many points. And Joe Public out there is looking at it going, wait a minute, the Broncos are in first place and they're getting 3.5 points? How? Like, I'll gladly take it because if they lose, it'll probably be by a field goal. And maybe that ends up being the case, but I'm jumping all over the Chiefs here.
Yeah, I mean, I won't argue. I've held to the same maxim for the Chiefs for the last couple of years. 4 and under, hit the Chiefs. 4.5 or 5, 6 or over, stay off the dead number. 6 or over, play against the Chiefs because they just haven't
play a lot of close games.
Yeah, they've been overvalued, but some of that's come back down this year. Well,
and then the first time they met already once this year, right? The Broncos won that game.
No, they haven't met. They
haven't played at all this year.
No, not Denver and KC. No.
Who
first?
I'm thinking. Am I thinking Chargers and
KC, mate?
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, looking at this team now, I think Kansas City looks totally different now that they have explosive players. Once you get Rashee Rice back and Xavier Worthy was hurt, they had nobody to push the ball downfield with. I mean, you could sit here and tell me Hollywood Brown, but stop. Those two guys are explosive, and there's different things you can do with them, and it opens up the offense. I still think that Chiefs running game is wanting, and I don't know that it's going to matter in this matchup.
I mean, just for reference, last year when these two teams met in a game that mattered, they met in the last game of the regular season. Kansas City was resting everybody. Didn't matter. They met in a game in KC. KC was a 7.5-point favorite. Now we've closed the gap here. And by the way, KC won that game 16-14 on that stupid BS field goal thing that the Chiefs blocked and stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So it's telling that odds makers are getting a little bit more respect. I know the game is home, but it's just noticeable that they're giving the Broncos a little more respect.
See, and when you were talking about the total, I think Steve Spagnuolo just pressures the hell out of Bo Nix. Now, if he's able to beat that pressure and go deep, he's got weapons. Or
can I say this? Dare I say Sean Payton's a better coach than Andy Reid? Because I think he is.
Do you?
Yes, absolutely. Sean Payton is the best schemer in this league. There's nobody better at exploiting what you're bad at and taking away what you do well. Andy Reid may be the best play caller, right? And may have the best offense, but nobody is a better schemer on both sides of the ball than Sean Payton, period. He's the best coach in the league.
Okay. I mean, I don't think he is, but I get what you're saying. And this isn't me knocking Sean Payton. I thought he was amazing in New Orleans. Got to see it in Denver. But I think he is amazing as you talk about.
You are seeing it. You're just seeing it with very underdeveloped quarterback play, which is why it doesn't look all that great.
Okay.
But the fact of his scheme, I think, keeps Bo Nix afloat more than a lot of other coaches would.
All right. I mean, maybe that's the case. But again, this could be just sophomore slump for Bo Nix when it comes down to it, and we'll see at the end of the year. It's not showing up in the wins and losses because right now they're in first place. But you got to tell me if you're an AFC team going to Denver to play in week 1 or the first round of the playoffs, are you afraid? No, I mean, I don't even like using afraid. It's not a team that I fear home or away.
Right. All right, let's get to the final game here. Sunday night, Lions, Eagles, 2.5, 46.5, another total that kind of shocked me, but I guess there's not a lot of faith in the Eagles offense at this point in time, understandably so. Eagles on a short week after being on the road on Monday night. Lions take care of business on the road last week against the Commanders. My biggest concern here, and again, talk about biting into narratives, right? Jared Goff's home road splits and outdoors and cold for Jared Goff have not been kind to him. I actually think the Lions are a better team, but
I do too. Are we both about to say the same thing on this one?
But we're not going to bet it?
No. Lions are the better team. I think the Eagles are the right side in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm not going to bet it. I'm not going to bet the Lions. However, there probably will be a premium play teaser with the Lions going to 8.5 in this spot.
I like that. What are you doing? Oh, you don't want to tell them what you're doing. Hey, tell them the whole bet.
Yeah, hold on. I will tell everybody. The teaser sides for this week while we're here. Okay, so this is me just helping you guys out. By definition of Stanford Wong and your Wong teaser, okay.
The price is Wong.
Yeah, everybody Wong Chung tonight. Washington 8.5 because Miami should not be laying points to anybody. You would take Green Bay down to 1.5 against the Giants because they're hapless and Jameis Winston is starting. Take Jacksonville at home up to 8.5. You could take Arizona up to 8.5. You could take the Ravens down to 1.5, and you take the Lions up to 8.5. Those are some of those are more ideal than others, but those are the teaser spots that you want to look at this week across the board. So there you go. That's free information you can't get anywhere else. Actually, you can.
You can get it from Wong.
You should check out your Wong.
Automobile? Anyway.
Any concerns about AJ Brown's comments and all the distraction and everything else?
If I'm on your fantasy team, get rid of me, or what did he say? Something to that ilk? Was it?
Yeah, basically, but he also said
me?
it's been a shit show, is what he said about the Eagles' offense this year.
But it has been. Like, explain to me how does Saquon leading up until what was it 2 weeks ago hadn't had a 100-yard game all year long?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Jalen Hurts. I mean, for everybody wanting to, I got so tired of everybody saying he's a top 5 quarterback because he won a Super Bowl. No, he's not. In week 12, they were asking, is he going to be the reason they don't win? So I think he's okay. I think there's good things about Hurts, but you've got Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, and then you throw in AJ Brown, who's the best of the bunch. And why can't we get on the same page with AJ Brown? Is it an AJ Brown thing? Is this a Jalen Hurts thing? What's the deal? And then Sirianni's stupid quote after the game about not kicking the field goal because they'd still have to score a touchdown to win. And I'm going, have you done math before? Like, they have to go the length of the field, dude.
No, he was not paying attention when he said that. I'll say this much though, like, are we at the point where the Eagles are bored with the regular season? And they're just like, we'll flip a switch in January. We're fine. Because
they may think that, but I don't think they can. I don't think they're like, you do?
Yeah.
I don't. I think their secondary's weak. And then I think now with the fact that the running game really hasn't got going. Like Jalen Hurts, when he's been pushed and had to throw, so far this year, he's come through in those spots.
Yeah.
But like at some point, he's going to be pushed to throw and it's not going to come through because he's not doing it enough.
Right. Makes sense. So, all right. That'll bring us to show best bet time. Oops, wrong one. There we go. You and I both agree here. We're not going to overcomplicate this. We're going to take the Chiefs. Andy Reid off a bye is not a good spot, not a favorable spot for Denver. As much as I think Sean Payton is a great coach, this is a short enough number here that I can lay it with the Chiefs. I mean, if Denver is going to cover this game, my guess is they're probably going to win this game. I know it could be a field goal one, but I think that this iteration of the Broncos has had enough reps against the Chiefs at this point to know what to do and how to do it. So has Sean Payton seen, even before Bo Nix was there, enough of the Chiefs to know how to handle this whole situation. So I don't think the number is actually going to matter. I think the Chiefs win handily or the Broncos win outright, and I'll reside with the Chiefs to win and cover the game.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about it, and as I said, I think it's a very incredibly tough slate. You've got some small favorites on the road where you believe the road team's better than the home team, right? You've got some weird-looking lines. You've got, like, Thursday Night Football had a big line on it. I just feel like the matchups this week are either divisional 3-point games where I think it's a tough game to pick, like most people would look at Seattle or the Minnesota-Chicago game. There's a ton of those games where it's like, yeah, I kind of like that, but I don't love it. So I'm still diving in. Usually I have all my NFL plays put up by Wednesday and Thursday at the latest. I still haven't put any up yet because I'm still trying to figure out. I have 5 games that I like. They're all going to go up, but I'm trying to figure out which ones I like the best.
Well, better than me. My NFL card has been short the last couple of weeks, still about 3 plays. But like I said, I will have a teaser this week that I know one I feel really comfortable with at this point in time. And we'll try to find some other sides here as well. So that'll do it for the NFL edition of Top Dawgz. If you guys missed yesterday that Top Dawgz College Edition came out, check that out as well. Hit the subscribe button, smash that thumbs up, leave a comment for Jeremy, tell him how beautiful he is, and make sure you guys go to our premium pages over at Pick Dawgz. Remind you guys again, you can package Jeremy and I together. You get a weekend full of plays from both of us. Jeremy and I usually look at very different things, and I only let you know that you get a great value to get a whole lot of different plays from us across the board, both in college and the NFL. So a 3-day package, 7-day package, put us together, best way to go. and get the most bang for your buck. So make sure you guys check that out as well as our premium pages. So we will be back next week. That'll do it for the Week 11 edition of Top Dawgz NFL. Again, make sure you go check out Top Dawgz College as well. Good luck with all your bets on Sunday and Monday. We'll talk to you guys next week.